back to my channel. My name is Emma, and today we have a podcast episode. This is a podcast for May and June because I've just been doing them in 2-month increments because I don't have much to show like every month. I might actually change this because I feel like there's some, like, they might be shorter, but I feel like it's just better to be more consistent. So actually let me know if they should be every month or if every 2 months kind of works. But yeah, today, like most kind of crochet fiber arts podcasts, I'm going to go over my acquisitions, my works in progress, my finished objects, and then just some of what I've been doing outside of crocheting in the past 2 months. Side note, this is my first time trying the Chamberlain coffee, like the canned, because they finally came to like my little San Antonio Walmart, and I feel bad because she originally got so much hate for these. I think it's delicious. Now, it does say sweeter recipe, so maybe they changed it. I don't know, but I love this. While I'm on a yarn ban. Now, you might be like, girl, what? And I've said this. This is, I think, the 3rd podcast episode this year. I've said this every single one. I'm on a yarn ban, but you know, I just needed it, or I just like broke it this for whatever reason. There was no reason this time. Unfortunately, the school year ended, summer started, and I bought yarn. Now, a lot of this yarn, you will notice a pattern pretty quickly. A lot of it is orange and blue. I'm being annoyingly secretive about it. I don't really know why. If you haven't been here for very long, or if this is the first video of mine that you're watching, I just finished my first 2 years of college. I was at a community college here in San Antonio, and for my last 2 years, I'm transferring to a university. Have not told y'all what university yet, I think. The colors are orange and blue. So there is a video, like I do plan on making a video kind of explaining what my life is, what I'm doing, and also obviously the crochet projects I intend to do for this kind of change. So that'll be later, hopefully in the next few weeks. It's already July, so I do kind of want to get that soon. But that is the trend you'll notice in my yarn, is I kind of like got accepted and it kind of became very real very quickly this past month. And to A, cope, and B, like celebrate, I bought yarn. So yeah, this is not going to be done super in order just because I don't really remember. Yeah, this is it all spread out, by the way. I am sitting on my bed. Hey. But it's not going to be done super in order because I don't remember the order, except for like I know the one I'm about to show you is what I got first. This is from a local yarn store near me, and they were having a trunk show for a dyer that actually dyes in the city, and I was like, that is so cool. So obviously I had to get some. Speaking, obviously, like I didn't have to, but I did have to. So this is the one from the dyer in San Antonio, called Bad Frog Yarn Co. Yup. I know y'all, the pride colors. And I decided, obviously, I don't have the funds for big projects. All the yarn, whatever. I don't have the funds for big projects. I just have been sticking to stock quantities. So this is just a skein of their fingering weight. It's 100 grams. Yeah, basic old hand-dyed yarn. And then this one was from Chaos Fiber Co. Also from Texas, just not from San Antonio. And this is called Ivanetti. It's just a really pretty fuchsia color that I thought would go well with this. So, and then also from there, not yarn, but still from there, I got this another measuring tape, because I have one already, but it's not like cute like this. I also got some stickers because it was a trunk show. And then I got this one, this itty bitty budget, which is what my budget is after the last 2 months. Literally. So this is too real, and I kind of forgot I got this. Another thing that prompted a lot of this yarn, not a lot, maybe like half of this yarn, is the Joann's clearance event that had been going on. I mean, there's still a lot of stuff on clearance, but for a while it was clearance price plus 25 off the clearance price, and then plus my employee discount. Things were getting real cost effective for me. Now, so that meant I got these guys. These are cotton yarns from Big Twist. What are they called? Big Twist cotton. And they're not actually 100% cotton. They're 85 cotton, 15 polyester, which is like fine by me. And then I got Tangerine Splash and Denim Splash. And I got 4 of each. I want to make, actually, no, I'm not telling y'all. There's a video for that. The point is I got 8 of these little guys. And they were super cheap. So I'll do the kind of miscellaneous ones first. Got these 2 also on clearance at Joann. These are the Lion brand chainette. They're 65% baby alpaca, 35% nylon, and they're kind of, I think they're called like spun, or I forgot what I don't remember what they're called, like this type of yarn, but if you look closely, there's like a chain of yarn inside fluff. Can y'all tell? Anyways, I already had 2 of these for another project that I'll show y'all later, but I took them out of the color palette for the other project and set them aside, and then got these 2 more to make a completely separate project on its own. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure I have enough for the next project, so I just got these just in case, because also when things are on clearance at Joann's, they usually don't come back, so I didn't want to like miss out on it. This one, I have to be so real and true to y'all. This one I only got because I had a $10 off of $10 or more purchase, like one of the rewards things, and there was one item that I wanted, like some sticky notes, like a cool sticky note pack, and it was only like $7-ish with my discount. Or was it? No, it was on sale. It was on sale already, so it was only gonna be like $7, and I wanted to use my 10 off, so I was like, well, I need something that's just like a few bucks. So I got a Lion brand Kobu. I used this for a tank earlier this year and absolutely loved it. I love the tank, and I had left over because I had the yarn and stash, made a tank top out of it, and had way left over, but it wasn't enough to make a whole nother tank. But I think with this one I could make a whole nother tank if I know I can make a whole nother tank. So I was like, well, let me just play it safe. Like, I will wear more than one green tank top. So that's what this was. And I mentioned this one in my last video, but if you didn't see it, I got this navy blue Karen 1 pound to go with a orange Lion brand pound of love that I have for a future project that I will tell you about. This is getting really annoying. I'm so sorry, but that's what a lot of these purchases were for school spirit. It just feels so fake. Wow. Anyways, yeah, like I said in the last one, I had a blue pound of love, but it's just like let me grab it. This is the pound of love that I had. This is the navy blue. The color is navy blue. I was really testing. This was not gonna work. I was kind of being delusional. So I just got this. I will use this. I have plans for the rest of the pound of love that I have left over, so this is not gonna go to waste. I have 2 more, like sets of, like 2 more separate yarn purchases. This one was from Joann's again. This is the patent wool worsted, and I got 4 of them. Not that I could have been more cost effective. These are gonna be one project. I am not gonna say what, but they were also on clearance, which is, yes, why I bought them. And we had the colors I wanted. So, not much to say about these. It'll be in the next video, I promise. And the last one, you'll never guess what colors. You'll never guess what colors the yarn are. Did you guess the colors right? So, this is going to be socks. Now, you might be like, didn't you just buy 2 hanks for socks and now you're buying 4? Like, what is going on? What's going on is I've never made socks before and I don't want to run out. I don't want to not have enough. Now, I did, between buying all these yarns, I did come across, someone commented and told me, a sock pattern that like is supposed to only take 100 grams. So that'll be great. If I can get that pattern working, then I can do what I need to do with all the sock yarn I've bought so far. But I'm also very aware that crocheting takes more yarn than knitting. And I went to Austin like halfway through June for a concert, and I made my siblings take me to a yarn store. And I'm like not gonna go back to Austin anytime soon. I don't want to like not have these colors. I was like, let me just get extra. If I end up with 2 pairs of socks, that's totally fine. But I was not about to have not enough. I should also, I guess, tell you what these are. Now, they both say the same thing, which is like kind of confusing to me. They're the Biche and Bouches Le Petit Lamb's Wool. And it's like 100% lamb's wool. For whatever reason, they're in different forms. They're both 50 grams. This is 248 to 270. And this is just says the same thing, amount of yards. And it's like, from what I can tell, they're the same yarn. Why one of them comes in a hank and one doesn't, I have no idea. Is one of them like, if they both say dyed and spun at a family-owned fiber mill in Scotland. So I have no idea why they're in different forms. But they are. Anyways, these, I can tell you, these are going to be socks. And I don't have any regrets about the money I spent on it either. Now, I'm very aware that, like, I'm not trying to be that person on the internet who's like, I just can't stop buying yarn. Like, I'm very aware, like, we should all be more careful with how much and, like, what we're buying. Luckily, it's July now because I am filming this in July. Sorry, I'm busy. But I'm like, okay, obviously, the first 6 months, and then the thing is, this year, I had low spending goals that went outside of yarn that I've kind of fallen off of. And I'm like, okay, hello, it's July now. Half the month is gone. This is kind of like, if there were going to be a reset, now is the time. This is like the second 6 months of the year. Like, I can still turn it around, you know, better than not doing anything. And also, my income / financial decisions, responsibilities are changing. And so I'm not going to have the kind of spending money even like most of this was on clearance or discounted, whatever. I'm not going to have that kind of spending money for the next 2 years, probably, if we're being completely real. So I'm forcing myself and just need to, the yarn band's coming back for real, guys. I swear. Okay, we have come to my show-offy time of the podcast where I show you all the things that I finished in the past 2 months, which is actually, I guess it's kind of a lot. I don't know. But the first thing I finished back in May when I finished it during finals week because I was going insane, is this wave blanket. It's a pretty simple blanket. And should I stand up? I had to go behind my bed to stand up and show y'all, but this is, the blanket. It's very much like throw sized. All I did for this one was I had 4 balls of the Burnout Blanket ombre yarn and a little blog post about how to do this wave stitch. It's kind of hard to see, honestly, but hopefully y'all can see you can see more. See this like up and down? Yeah, this right here. That's all I did. I chained enough to go across my bed and just went back and forth with that wave stitch until the yarn was gone, because that's really all I wanted. I bought that yarn because I was like, how cool would that be as a little throw? And that's all I did, which was exactly what I needed during finals week, so that was cool. Okay, this next one is a bit bigger than that, so I'm going to include, I don't know if I have a video or a picture of this blanket when it's fully done, but if you've watched the first two, if you watched the first 2 podcasts this year, you will have seen a few of these squares in those. The blanket got finished early in the summer, so I'll show you here. This is like one square, but what the story is on this one is that community college starts, right? I'm in these lectures. It's 8, 9 in the morning and I am exhausted, and there was a few lectures where I could not stay awake because I wasn't writing notes. I was kind of just taking in the information and I was tired and I could not stay awake just sitting there listening to my professor's lecture. And it was like embarrassing because who falls asleep in class as an adult. And B, I felt bad because the professors can see you falling asleep. And C, I was missing out on important information. So I needed to stay awake. And I was like, well, if I keep my hands busy, that alone will keep me awake. And I was like, okay, I can crochet. I just need a project that's really easy to do. So I started making squares, and I just kind of was like making them and keeping them. And then eventually I decided that I was going to make them onto a blanket at the end of the 2 years of community college. So now it's 2 years community college lectures worth of granny squares put into it's a huge blanket. And I just think that's cool. It was really sweet. Someone asked me if I was going to do a similar thing for my next 2 years of school. I think that's a great idea. I don't know what I will do, honestly, because I don't have, I made that blanket all out of scraps that I already had. That's why they're so multicolored, because I had so many scraps built up from years of crocheting. I have a good amount of acrylic yarn that I could use. I do have semi plans for it. It'll just depend. I'll have to decide eventually. I mean, I like granny squares. I didn't initially want to make another blanket, but if that is what works for my classes, maybe I will. So there will be an update on that eventually. Probably not till school starts again, and I kind of figure out do I need to be making another blanket right now? Okay, just kind of pulled y'all a little closer, but the next few things that I finished are bags. I finished these all in the same week in the video I just posted. So, super exciting stuff, really repetitive. But if you didn't see it, this is just a granny square bag. Again, was destashing yarn. It's got a snap button and it's lined. So the two sides are granny squares and the whole strap is made out of mini granny squares. I really love her. And then I made 2 goose bags. If you're like, what the hell is a goose bag? This is a goose bag. Not my idea. I saw it on TikTok originally. Other people have made this a long time ago. It was trending. I made 2 of them because I had the yarn for 2 of them. One has blue fabric and one has green fabric. Should I show this better? Goose bag. I love these. I think they're so cute. I feel like now is also the time to say, I'm not just making an excessive amount of bags for myself. Before this year, in January, I kind of stopped because I wanted to focus more on crocheting for myself. That didn't last very long. But up in the past year-ish before this January, I was doing a lot of markets, just San Antonio, which kind of surprises me. There's a ton of shops and people and little businesses that host and run craft markets. Or if y'all hear any noises, I think my dog was just barking really loud. My parents just got home, so sorry about that. But I've seen a lot of different types of artists at these markets. It's not just crocheters. There's been bakers. I've seen people who do it's not called Cricut, but prints on shirts, and I've seen dog accessories and just a lot of cool stuff. And I did those a lot last year. I haven't done it at all the first 6 months of this year. Just wanted to focus on other things, and now I want to do at least one more before I leave. So that's what the bags are for. In my future plans, there's a little segment later. I'll talk about that more. After I finished the bags, I had a tiny bit left over of this multicolored yarn, and I was like, no, I need to use this up. So I made this cutie. If you can't tell, it's a bunny, and I don't want to know if you can't tell it's a bunny. It's so cute. I love her. She doesn't have a name yet, but I love her. So this will be going on my purse. I very much was waiting to film this, but yeah, this will be going. Actually, do y'all see that purse right there? Yeah, I love that thing. I got it at the thrift store. It's beautiful, but she will be going on there. And then after that, I had the tiniest bit of yarn left over. So what did I make? A headband. I've made something like this before. Actually, I made this exact thing. We'll link the pattern. It was free. It was a blog post that I found on Pinterest. but this literally used the last of the yarn, so that was very cool, and I got an accessory out of it, so that's slay. These last two things that I finished in this 2 months of May and June, I literally finished up on like the last day of June. If you followed my Instagram, I don't think anyone on here has followed my Instagram for that long, but when I was doing markets, something people adored were these sun and moon bunnies. No. Look at these guys. I love these. I will never not love these. These look a little different than the ones I have made in the past, because the ones I've made in the past were made with burnout blanket yarn, and I used a pattern, a free pattern. I will link the free pattern just because it's a great pattern. But I had this yarn in stash. This is like the Premier extra large plush or something. I had this in stash, so I wanted to just use it up, and because I didn't have very much, I couldn't use the pattern, so I just like vaguely based it off the pattern and just added my little sun and moon. But I love these guys very much. It's a few days later and I'm editing this, and I realized for some reason I just completely forgot to include the temperature blanket. So I'm just gonna show y'all real quickly. I've talked about this before, like several times. I've done so much of this temperature blanket on video, but basically every flower is a day of the year. So this is up till the end of June. It's July 5th as I film this because I forgot to do it the other day, but this is what she looks like. So we've just started the next row down there. Each color represents the temperature, and the tan flowers you see sprinkled throughout there are the separations between months. So at the end of the month I put a new tan one, and then at the very end I'm gonna have tan flowers going all the way around just to kind of close it in. But that is the temperature blanket. Okay, now we're on to our whips, my work in progresses. Oh, these bangs, guys, don't get bangs unless you have patience, because I love them, but sometimes they look crazy. Anyways, I have 3 ongoing whips, only one, if I'm being honest, that I've been working on even semi-consistently. So I will show that one first, and that is this top. I don't really have a name for it. Let me just, actually that's the back. This is what she looks like so far. It's obviously a raglan right here, and it looks, I wish, if I was not lazy, I would try this on for you, but I am lazy. So this one is gonna be a long sleeve top, sweater-ish because of the thickness, but it's gonna be pretty fitted. I will insert the inspiration pictures. There was one inspiration picture that I really loved. Cannot find it. I have no idea what happened to it. I think I hallucinated it. But these two kind of, if you mix them together, is the vibe. This is the yarn, the color palette I'm working with, as you can see. And then the sleeves, my hook just fell. The sleeves are gonna be kind of randomly striped like the body is there, but that's the color palette. And again, this is the Lion Brand chainette. This is the project that I had bought the orange yarn to be used in this project, and then decided to take it out. And honestly, I like the color palette without the orange like 10 times more. So the orange was originally part of this, but now it's not. And yeah, I'm using just a 6mm clover hook for it. I just did raglan increases. If you don't know what that is, it's when you like have a chain circle and you increase in 4 corners, and you kind of just do that until it meets under your arms, and then you connect those 4 corners, and it goes all the way down your body. You add sleeves and you have a shirt, a sweater, anything like that. So that's like the basic pattern that I'm following for this, and I have not counted anything really. I'm kind of just making it up as I go, trying it on, blah blah blah. So that's been fun. I do want to finish this relatively soon. I don't have any crazy plans for it. The other 2 whips, the first one is socks. I need to find a new sock pattern. I think this one was just too difficult and like time consuming. This is the toe. I have not touched this since the day I started it, I think I just need something easier. This is the Eddie Bauer 100% organic cotton, adventurer cotton. It comes with 590 yards and it's 150 grams. So I should be able to make a pair of socks with just this. We will see, because it is a weight too. Well, hopefully I'll be able to make it. It's like fingering weight. What was I saying? Oh, I have not touched this since I started it. I think I have a little more brain power for it now, but I need a different pattern. Like, this pattern is cool, I think, but I just need to get better first. So that's eventually. And then this one is kind of like an on-the-go, work on it when I can. It's gonna be a t-shirt. Like, I want to literally just make like a baggy t-shirt. This is all it looks like right now, just rows and rows of double crochet. I'm using the Sheepies Whirlette, which is a cotton acrylic blend. Where's the percentages? 60% cotton, 40% acrylic. It's super thin. It's I think it's a weight 1, honestly. I'm not sure. I can't find it on here. Yeah, it's gonna be a shirt. I'm using a 3.75 hook. As you can see, it's like kind of gappy, but it's whatever. Yeah, and that's all the whips I have, which is like kind of crazy, but it is what it is. I only have 3 whips right now because now we're going to get into my future plans. I'm filming this on the day where like the bunnies are done and the whips are, nothing's being worked on, but I have other things to work on. So for the next the week/week and a half, I should say week/2 weeks really. I want to finish this striped top. I don't want it lingering for too long. I just don't. After that, I will probably just, I don't know, honestly. I want to keep making stuff for myself. I have a tank top I told my sister I would make. I have some gifts I want to make. So something will get done. What I do need to get done is more stuffed animals. I don't have my list of them. I think there's more bunnies, but for sure other things. So I'm going to be doing that. I don't think I'm going to be making videos on them. Not that I think that like the stuffed animals are like boring, but to me, I'm like, I've just been vlogging a lot of like projects, and it's like, I don't know, like I just don't want to vlog the stuffed animals, I feel like. So I will be vlogging other things probably and doing other videos, but I do need to be making stuffed animals for the market that I want to do, like I mentioned. Have I applied or found a market to do yet? No, but I have about a month, so hopefully I can find something. Otherwise I'll have to just sell like through my Instagram, which is why you should follow my Instagram. But I'm gonna be working on some more stuffies, and then I have a gift. I'm not gonna say anything about the gift because I don't know if the person it's for still watches these videos. You will absolutely see this either its own video or in the next podcast, because I need to have it done in the next like 2 weeks. I think it's like 2 weeks and a few days. Well, no, it's only the 2nd. So I have about 20 days. I have like 20 days. I'm not going to tell you what, but this is the yarn I will be using. It's Karen Simply Soft in the color chocolate. Actually, let me know if you want a video on this. I guess I can tell you it's going to be an item of clothing. Should I vlog this one? Because it's not for me. And it's not... I might vlog this. But if I don't, you'll see it in the next podcast. Because it will be gone by then. I have to gift it in about 22 days? Whatever. Anyways, that's also my future plans. It's going to be a lot of this. Yeah, that's it. So this last section, what I'm reading/watching, I decided to include in my podcast because I wanted to keep myself accountable for the things I'm reading this year, because I wanted to read more this year. I mean, I still do want to read more this year. I am reading, sort of. So after the last podcast, I had the tiniest slump in reading. just because like school was getting towards the end of school, it was finals, and then it was summer, and I was like, let me just be free. So anyways, in the last podcast, I like raved and raved about the book that I had finished. Like I had finished a book and then read it over again in like the same week because I was so obsessed with it. And so then after finals was done, I was like, well, I need to read something else. So I picked up this one. I had it already in the shelf of books I have. It's called The Butterfly Garden. It's insanely twisted and just really kind of like, I guess it's a little graphic. It's a dark book. Unfortunately, I'm just one of those, I do love a like twisted, not like a horror book, but I like twisted stories, I guess. And there's no normal way to say that without sounding weird. But this one is based, I don't even know if I should be talking about this on the internet. I do not want to get in trouble with YouTube. I'm so sorry. In the most polite way, how can I describe this book? It follows this girl who was taken by a old man, and the butterfly, basically this old man keeps butterflies in a garden. The butterflies are girls. That's it. That's all I can say about this without like being scared of YouTube. It's twisted and it's not a happy story, but it was a good story. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say about that. I did enjoy reading it. I did. And then after that, I did kind of hit a slump. I don't know if I was just burned out or tired or what, but I didn't read anything for a while. And then last week, I finally picked up Song of Achilles. I've seen so much about this book for years. People have talked about how great this book is. My sister loved this book, so I was like, I'm gonna love this book, obviously. I made it to page 18. And look, I felt the same way about Ballads of Songbirds and Snakes. It took me so long to get through that book the first time I tried to read it. Like, it took me so long. And then, like, after I watched the movie, I loved it. It took me so long to get through the first book of the Heroes of Olympus. And then after that, I loved all of it. So I'm hoping that a couple more chapters and I'm going to be, like, hooked on this book. Because I do want to finish it. I want to experience what everyone on TikTok experienced with this book. We're just not there yet. So hopefully in the next podcast I will have this finished and at least one other book. I think I went really crazy the first part of the year with those Percy Jackson books, and like nothing I think will match that for a long time. But I do have other books that I want to read, and I just need to get through this on principle. So that's what I've been reading. What I've been watching is nothing too crazy. I'm a serial rewatcher of shows and movies. I love it. But we did go see Inside Out 2. Like the children that we are, I dragged my siblings, my brother, my sister, and my mother to go watch Inside Out 2. And I regret none of it. That was a great movie. Like, if you have not seen that movie, go watch Inside Out 2. But watch the first one first. The only other thing I think new that I watched was The Summer I Turned Pretty. And now you might be like, what the hell is wrong with you? If you are, like, a lot of people watched that, obviously, this time it came out. The second season came out last summer. And I had never watched the first season, and then the second season came out. And I knew people were talking about it, and I was like, oh, well, it's kind of a cliffhanger. Let me just wait till the third season comes out. And then my sister was like, you never watched this? So we watched the first 2 seasons. She was disappointed, to say the least, that I had not watched it yet. And it was good. We watched it all very quickly. It was very good. I don't like where we're at right now, and the third season doesn't come out till next summer, which is why I didn't want to watch it, because now I'm waiting. If you watch Summer I Turned Pretty and you know, yes, I am Team Conrad, and no, you cannot change my mind. Sorry. I don't like Jeremiah at all, and that's all I'm gonna say. I love that show. I love the vibes. I am a beach girl at heart. I am Team Conrad. Thank you for coming to my TikTok. That's all I have to say. It is getting dark in my room, and if I keep talking, if I keep this camera on, I'm just gonna never shut up. And I've said what I have to say. I've said my piece. That's it. So if you enjoyed, please tell me in the comments. Please tell me what you have been working on. Tell me if you have ideas for what I should be working on. I don't know if I will do them, but I will add it to my list of lists. I have so many ideas and just not enough time. But anyways, like, comment, subscribe, but please comment. I love reading y'all's comments. I want to know what you're working on. Some of y'all keep updating me and I'm following along. But yeah, also follow my Instagram. I post much more often on Instagram than I do on here. I'm trying to post more TikToks, but it's not easy. And also, yeah, tell me if you want to see the podcasts every month instead of every 2 months. They will definitely be shorter because I'll probably have finished less things and all that. Yeah, I need to know that, actually. Someone tell me. Last thing, I promise, if you have videos you want to see me do, tell me in the comments. Now you have your list of things to put in the comments. I will see y'all next time. Thank you so much for watching. We are almost at 900 subscribers, which is insane. I will, on my vision board for this year, says 100 YouTube subscribers. And we're now almost 9 times that, and it's only June. So thank you so much for following along. I love talking, and I love that people listen to me talk. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all next time. Bye!